episode of the Matter of Time podcast. Today I have here with me Joshua Pollitt, and today we got something special for you guys. You know, this is music and entertainment, and today we have our first entrepreneur magazine owner on the show. How you feeling today, Josh?
Yo, what's up, Eric? How you doing, bro?
Good, bro.
I'm feeling good, man. First of all, I appreciate you. You know, it's crazy how life works out when it comes down to running into people and networking. So just running into you that day at the Juneteenth it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
In West Philly, and I'm happy to be here, man. I look forward to having this dope conversation and going with the flow, bro.
Me too, man. I knew, when I spoke to you at that event, that was just like, yo, that's somebody who, I definitely want to connect with. Definitely want to get him on the podcast because, you're a very special dude. You're going to go very far. I got to catch you before you blow up.
I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Without further ado, let's get into it, man. So tell the people where you're from.
Yeah, man. Well, first and foremost, I'm actually from the tri-state area. I'm from Camden, right across the bridge from Camden, New Jersey. Grew up there back in the 90s. Camden was a different place, but yeah, from Camden, bro. Okay.
So tell us about what it was like, growing up in Camden. Kind of set the scene for us.
All right. Well, first and foremost, if I'm correct, Eric, ain't you from North Jersey, right?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So you could probably be able to see my picture of how I'm gonna paint it a little.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Feel me? So Camden, it's like this. A lot of people say cities like, let's say you got Baltimore,
yeah,
you got New York City, you got Brooklyn, you got Philly, LA, whatever. People like to say these cities it's like the same place, same hood. Nah, Camden, it ain't like anywhere else. Camden is one of those places where it's like it's his own breed. Growing up in Camden throughout the 90s, I grew up in Camden during one of the most notorious eras. I grew up I was born in 89. Grew up from 89 to about 2002. Then my mom moved me and my younger brother up to the Poconos. Okay. But growing up through the entire 90s, man, it was something else. It was one of the most dangerous cities in the country, like back to back, like 98, 99, 2000, something like that. And it was wild. And the crazy thing is, if it wasn't for me, my grandmother and my grandfather, as well as my mom, if it wasn't for them raising me and my other cousins that I grew up with the right respect, having us in church, just making sure we were in the house like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So if it wasn't for that, we'd have been like the other people, other friends of mine who got killed that I went to school with because they got caught up with the wrong crowd, selling drugs, killing each other. So it's like, but Camden was one of those unique places. It was family. People, like, everybody knew each other, but, it was fights, ups and downs and ups. But Camden was a special place, a fast life, of course, Jersey. We in the Northeast, so it's like, it's you got to adjust to it.
Right.
Yep.
So what kind of life lessons do you feel like you learned in Camden that you kind of carry with you still today?
To be honest with you, I had a feeling that was coming. Yeah, man, I would have to say some of the life lessons has to be being steadfast, hustling, moving forward, and more so just staying alert. Because you got to stay alert.
Right.
You got to be able to read people. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I'll give you a little contrasting story. The West Coast, I've been to LA a couple times. And on the West Coast, people, I don't know how to say it. People I think out there, I ain't saying they fake, but people on the West Coast aren't as authentic as the East Coast. And being on the East Coast, you can read, like, growing up, whether it be New York, Jersey, Philly, Baltimore, whatever, the immediate East Coast, you can learn from people.
Right.
You can, you'll pick up on things. You see, like, a fast lifestyle, so you can read people fast. So something like that is easy, so you can understand people. So empathy was something that I got growing up. Yeah, it's definitely empathy is probably one of the most number one things that really stood to me. Being able to listen and understand and pay attention.
Okay. Yeah. So growing up, I know you talked about your parents and your grandparents kind of inspiring you to stay on the right path. So what were you able to learn and take away from them?
Rest in peace to my grandma and my grandpa. They were two major figures in my life coming up. Probably most black folks' lives growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Old school. My grandma, for one, she was like Moses. She made sure we were in our books, in church. In fact, every day we had devotions. Devotions was something like we would go to our house, me and all my other cousins, Corey, Brittany, my brother, Poppy, all my cousins. You know what I mean? We all went over to her house in the morning. She made breakfast for us. This was East Camden, and I'm kind of emotional right now because I remember those days. You know, so it's like she would give us a script from the Bible, a scripture or something, have a antidote and a meaning behind it, fed us breakfast and had all of us read from it. So like my grandma kind of gave us organization and gave us discipline into trying to be good in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because for the most part, most of us ended up like good. None of us ended up dead. You know, doing life in prison or anything crazy. You know, so. But my grandfather, he was the breadwinner, if that makes sense. There was times where I remember I was a kid. I was like 5 or 6 years old, maybe 7. I was living in South Camden at the time. I'm really from South Camden.
Okay.
If anybody knows about Camden, South Camden, waterfront South section, that's like deep down before you get to Gloucester. But anyway, to get to the point, that neighborhood I grew up in, I was really poor growing up. And there was times where we didn't have no food. My grandpa had picked us up one time, took us to, I believe, Save-A-Lot. Yup, and got some food for us. I remember that, man. Bought some milk for us. We needed it. But growing up in Camden was a struggle, man. Like in most places, but it was a different struggle. But my grandma and my grandpa, they played those leadership roles were areas where my mother couldn't play it, even though my mother is a good mother. Yeah. And my father wasn't really around too much because him and my mom was separated. But my dad did come around to get me on weekends and kind of influence me in other areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of, you know, pushing you to stay on the right path and stay focused, where does Zenaria fall into that?
Oh man, let me take a guess. You saw the article, huh?
Yeah. You know I did my research, man.
Oh man, jeez. You know, I'll be honest with you, man. You know, it's funny you brought her up. You know, that was like a significant other as far as like a best friend. Literally someone that was like a balance to me. I mean, that was like my best friend. And we was really close. We were very close. You know, we were very close, talking almost every day on the phone about life, problems, and all that. You know, I would never put her business out there, but you know, we all go through things. But I was here for her, you know, mentally, emotionally. You know what I mean? And that's just what that was. And you know, some things didn't go in a direction that I had hoped that it had went. You know, and it's me being really transparent and authentic. Just kind of wanted things to go farther, but things didn't go farther because of some, you know, mishaps and, you know, just unbalanced, you know, lifestyles, if that makes sense, you know, especially on the mental level. And that, you know what I'm saying? I can go deeper into it if you want me to.
Go ahead, man.
You know, and I'll be real fast. It's to the point to where it's like, you know, out here in life, I came across an area at a time where I was making a transition into finding more of myself, and the magazine was getting off ground. You get what I'm saying? And I came across her on Instagram. We were chatting, you know, connecting. Started off as just, you know, verbal conversation. Then, you know, things got a little more serious as far as, you know, emotionally talking every day. What she's going through. She was a student at Coastal Carolina. I used to help her with her schoolwork. Did a lot of stuff that most men should be doing for their best friend or whatever, you know. And things started getting closer. We talking about like meeting up. We finally met up in Charlotte. I remember the day, it was April 18th, 2020. And mind you, this was 2018 around that time when me and her started. Was like really, so like 2 years strong, just communicating, like a real friendship. I mean, met up with her. We had some up and downs. I ain't gonna get into all that. We had some ups and downs. But there was a time where I went down to Myrtle Beach. Things went kind of awry. It was good, but some kind of effed up stuff, if that makes sense. I started seeing narcissistic values in this woman. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play it cool, play smart, I'm psychologically smart, you know what I mean? Gotta play snake, like Papoose said. You gotta play snake to people that are snakes. Yeah. And for sure. Next thing you know, my birthday come around, September 3rd, 2020. And you know, it's the morning of 2020. I'm in Charlotte with my boys Danny and Zach. They both from California. We was working in Charlotte. We was working, you know, the PR work we do, traveling and whatnot. And I remember I looked at my text. I'm like, yo, the kind of connection. Yo, bro, we was talking about trying to live together. Live together, talking about so-called marriage. Like, what would it be like if you met my mom and all that? How would you act? You know, it was deep conversations, talking about I love you and all that. I love you. Yeah, it was nothing to play around with, bro. You don't play with nobody like that, bro. You don't.
For sure.
I go down there. I'm sorry, I'm down there. I'm saying I go down there. I'm down there in Charlotte. Next thing you know, my birthday morning, she's like, hey, happy birthday. And to most people, you're like, hold up, bro. Ain't no happy birthday. Me and you like real close to the point to where like we about to like we can really hit it off and I mean take this shit seriously. I'm like, yo, what's up with this? And then I call her. She's like, yeah, I'm in a meeting right now. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning, 8:55, 9 in the morning, bro. I mean, what meeting you in?
Right. Yeah.
Mind you, the weekend before, what'd you say?
That's shady. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, right?
Yeah.
The weekend before that, I was in Myrtle Beach, like the weekend and a half before that, right?
Yeah.
With her, and that's where what kind of Ari. She kind of did some corny stuff, real corny stuff. So moving forward, it's my birthday, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So something tells me, mind you, think about the timing. Something tells me, Josh, go walk downtown Charlotte. I'm a big guy on walking and biking. I'm a real I like to do that. Yeah. So something says walk downtown Charlotte. I was in Optimist Park. If anybody listening knows about Charlotte, and walking straight down Caldwell. It's probably like a mile and 1.2 mile walk. And I remember me and my boy Danny and Zach were talking, and they're like, Josh, come on, man, just leave her alone. This and that and the other. They kept telling me too. They kept saying, leave her alone. That girl's crazy, right? Like, you're wasting your time and all that. Here I am, me being stubborn and naive, not listening to him. Because that's how loyal I am when it comes to dealing with somebody, you know what I mean? However, something says walk downtown Charlotte. Before I did that, I took a shot of the tequila you had or something like that. It's my birthday. Mind you, this is timing, though. Think about timing. Yeah. I hope you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Walk downtown. Get downtown. In my back of my mind, I'm thinking I want to go to Whole Foods, get some little breakfast sandwich or like a bowl of like fruits, whatever, something like that real quick. Just I like to eat healthy, I get down there, and as I got down there, I remember I was talking to my dad, wasting time talking to my mom. Not wasting time, but time was being, going on. My Aunt Arncee I spoke with that morning too, and I was inside of an ATM lobby for maybe like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, wasting time. Remember, time is being wasted. But my initial plan was to go to Whole Foods. Right. So now I'm like, yo, where's Whole Foods at again? And I think I went to go get a bottle of wine inside the Walgreens, because down south they sell liquor and all that, and beer and all that. So as I'm walking, I'm like, yo, Famous Toastery. And that was the restaurant that I first came across, the one cat, shout out to my boy Jerry. He used to be a sports writer for East Coast Magazine when we get into all that. Shout out Jerry, my boy out there. So I met him initially the first time I came to Charlotte in April 18th of 2020. And I'm like, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm Josh, this and that and the other, here visiting Charlotte. And he's like, yeah, man, come inside. Blase, it was Mr. COVID. Anyway, fast forward back to that, September 3rd, 2020. Obviously, right?
Birthday.
Something say, go inside here, get some breakfast in here, Josh. Remember, I said timing, bro. I'm going to the front. I remember being at the front, and the lady comes up with a mask going, just wear your mask, whatever, come inside. Right. And I'm like, okay. And so I go inside, sit down, look at the menu. Now, you know how you walk in places? If you're a guy and you see a woman, in your peripherals, any guy or girl, you be like, damn, she's hot. Damn, he's hot. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to, if you're going to holler at him, you're going to holler at him. So I walk in, I saw somebody like, damn, she's bad, whoever she's sitting down. I go sit down, bro. Yo, bro, I'm on my what is this? I'm looking at the schedule. I'm sorry, not the schedule, the menu. Yeah. Forgive me for that. I'm looking at the menu, and then I look up. I said, nah, cuz you lying. I look up again. I said, yo, you gotta be tripping me, bro. I said, I know that's not who I think that is. 3.5 hours away in Myrtle Beach. And it's my birthday in Charlotte, my dude. You just text me, good morning, happy birthday, some BS. Oh, you in the meeting, right? So I'm being real proactive right now. I'm gonna keep it real. You from Jersey, right? My boy from Philly. Listen, if you see some stuff like that, or somebody you really love and respect, you got connections with, you gonna wild out. I know most cats will wild out, bro.
Yeah, take a lot not to.
Yeah, take a lot not to, right? So I said, you know what? Nah, man, be smart, Josh. You got a lot of people looking at you. My frat brothers back home. It's a lot of mistakes I made from a lot of things, man. I'm trying my best to do my best. Next thing you know, I get up. You know what? I said, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and see if that's her, because I know she had a tattoo on her right shoulder. I look over, I say, yo, that's Zenaria. And I know we getting too long-winded with this, but I'll be fast. I look over, I say, that's Zenaria. I walk back, I say, yo, what's up, Zenaria? She says, hi, and go back down. Long story short, I'm sitting there, and she keeps looking up at me. I never seen a purple face like that ever in my life. Purple and white face ever like that in my life. And I'm like, I'm about to have closure right now. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go walk up and see if this guy, if this is a boyfriend. You know what I mean? Because maybe I could be tripping, right? It could be a cousin or brother, right? I walked up. It's not even the fact that it's a boyfriend or whatever, but you in Charlotte, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I walk up, bro. I played Meek Mill Was Free on my phone. I was just like ready to intimidate. I was upset. Blasting that restaurant. I was blasting that shit, bro. I walk up like, yo, my man. So before I do, I play chess. I'm had a picture ready to show him like, yo, this is me and her in Myrtle Beach. And I was ready with closure, walk right out of there. F that. You're not going to, I'm going to come out of this. This is not happening. I'm not going to walk out of it. Nah, listen. I walked up. Like, yo, my man, this your girlfriend? He like, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, but look, that's me and her in Myrtle Beach. Boom, boom, boom. Blase. I mean, what's up? I said, yo, I looked at her and just walked out. I had final closure right there. Done. So I'm walking out. Guess what happens? Yo, my man, let me see. Yo, my man, come back. Can I see that picture one more time? I said, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you right there. Imagine what was going through her mind. I said, yo, you want to talk about this? We could talk about this. I'm about to be out. He's like, yeah, man, let's go do it. Once she saw that, she getting up like, oh, no, why you going crazy, right? I'm thinking she about to come stop me like, Josh, I'm sorry, this and that and the other. I know what Nah, bro, she went after him.
Oh, wow.
So then after that, it was just, it was up and downs. And that was after that, bro. Just been here and there trying to communicate with me and all that. But nah, we do communicate once in the blue moon. Like, I don't hate the girl. It was fucked up what she did.
Yeah, for sure. Well, with things like that, I always feel like I always feel like it either works out or you learn. I feel like it's never really a loss, because at the end of the day, that experience just is gonna mature you and make you better for it. It's just preparing you for something even better.
Right.
You know?
I agree with you.
So you ain't lose, bro. We got you now, bro. You know so
thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Probably looking at you now like, dang, I wish I would have stayed.
Nah, for real. Like, I mean, it's life, man. It is what it is, bro.
For sure.
Like, something like that, man, will hurt you.
Yeah, definitely.
I got over that stage. I was hurt for a while, bro. But you're right. People don't know what they got today until it's gone.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's get into the meat of this, bro. So when did you discover that you wanted to run your own magazine?
Oh, man. That story is pretty interesting. So I was in grad school at Mansfield University of Pennsylvania, right? And this was 2015. When I was there, I was actually a part of the Flashlight newspaper club. Like most schools got their student newspaper clubs. And I was a sports writer, did some stuff, wrote about different, topics. But it was like in the middle of the night. I can't remember. It might have been the middle of the night. And it just hit me, I swear. Something said East Coast Magazine. It was an idea. And I believe that generated from time after time. And I was actually thinking about, like, damn, what is it like to have your own newspaper or magazine, doing that. Because in high school, I was a part of the newspaper club as well.
Okay.
And, so doing that, I'm like, yo. And then it hit me, East Coast Magazine. It was an idea. And from that point forward, I said, yo, here it is, East Coast Magazine. Where do I begin? Then from that point forward, I remember I had the logo. I created the logo, like wrote it on, from scratch.
Yeah.
And then, I had met somebody who did graphic design, and she helped me do the logo, and she did that. But then that's when it started. 2015 is when I had that idea, man.
Okay.
That's when I founded the whole idea, the vision, just all of that, man. Yep.
Okay, so you get your logo together, and then what's the process like for actually, like, physically getting like a magazine together? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh man, Eric. So, all right, just to make sure I answer your question better, you mean like a team, or are you talking about print, or both, or just even like just everything that's like the social media, just having your presence? I'm trying to make sure.
So what was the process like for, like, physically putting together the magazine, like, and all that goes into it? Oh, okay. Because I don't know anything about it. You're the first person I talked to who I know actually ran their own magazine, so I'm so curious as to, like, how that process was. Oh,
all right, bro. So it's like this, man. I kind of wish my boy Eric was here. He's the current CFO.
Okay.
Eric Gilchrist. So like I said, jump back to 2015, when I was on college. I'm on campus up in Mansfield University in college. And I had, created the entire logo, wrote down the outline, mission statement, all of that nature when it comes to having like a business or something. And what happened was I was thinking to myself, okay, how is this going to work? I'm going to go print one day. But before that even comes into play, you got to build a team.
Right.
2016 rolls around, 17, out of grad school, right? Now I'm back in South Jersey, and I come across a guy named Eric Gilchrist. Eric Gilchrist, like I said, who's the current CFO, my bro, frat brother, good dude. Came across Eric at an event, a social event at Rutgers University, which is where he was a college student at the time, undergrad. Yeah. And as I'm meeting all of the young guys there, we're talking. It was actually an interest for brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi, because he's now a brother of myself, because I'm a noob.
Yeah.
And so we're talking. I'm like, yeah, man. And I tell him about the magazine and ESPN and stuff like that and networks that I have. He's like, yo, how can we do this? Stay in touch. I remember a text like, yo, what's up? Let's get this first issue off ground. Let's get this. Let's build a team.
For sure.
So that right there, the first sector of that, I'm gonna answer that question. You have to network. The networking part isn't easy. You got to be able to come across the people believable and influential enough. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's what happened with me and Eric. I did that. He knew a lot of people that was at Rutgers, and we just made it happen, man. We got together some people, and one of them was a woman named Ola, who's no longer with us anymore. Another guy named Juan Perez, Xavier Hunter. The list goes on. And at that time, we were doing big things. We got a lot of the writers together. Yeah. We networked, got the first issue off ground, June 14th, 2018, at 7:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep.
So what did you face any challenges like trying to start this, put this together?
Yes, bro. Well, first of all, financially.
Right.
When you want to try to do anything, putting a website together, no matter what platform, it's going to cost money. Being able to even influence and help others is going to cost some money. Just getting things done. We had our photography event one year. That was pretty good. We had a big show out. Had to pay for that, food. It was a lot of stuff. Just being able to get things done, and on a mental level, it takes a lot of mental stress.
Absolutely.
It's a lot. It's just discipline, man.
Yeah. Sure. So what did you enjoy the most about the process of putting your magazine together?
Being able to work with different people and learn the minds of different people, and seeing teamwork for what it was.
Is that where that empathy comes in?
Yes, sir. Okay. Bro, listen, bro. Empathy for real. It's like you gotta. It's you just gotta be able. You gotta be willing to listen and understand people, no matter how upset they are. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That takes a lot of stoicism.
That's so much easier said than done.
Oh, bro.
So much easier said than done. I'm working on that. Definitely working on that. I commend you for that.
Bro, I'm doing my best. I'm not perfect, bro. I make mistakes. I know.
Nobody's perfect.
Just to answer that question, man, it's empathy, man. Just being able to understand people, because when you can understand people, you'll know exactly what's wrong with them or why they're this way. Then you won't be so upset. Being like, oh, that's why she's like that, or that's why he's like that. And on top of that, you still have to confront people and keep it real with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like a balance to that. So that just people and being upset and egos will play a big part of that. Definitely. EGOS, egos.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I was kind of like drained and taking in all of that, man. But it all worked out. Eric was a good balance to me. Yeah. He still is. And and then the team got much more intense. Jordan Bennett, GOAT. If you don't know who Jordan Bennett is, look him up.
Okay.
My bro, help me out, help me get things off ground. Shaquille Bird, my sister Ariel, my younger brother helped me out with some stuff with our website. My boy RJ, Ronnie Hendricks, GOAT. So and these are the current people with us right now.
Yeah.
Jordan runs the sports department. Guy's one of a kind. Worked for NFL Films. The guy does he does it all. Shaquille Bird, she's our COO. She's all across the boards. She's like a subset of me, like almost like a CEO, another CEO. Real talk, serious. She get things done. When I can't do things, she helps me out a lot. If it wasn't for her and like I said, Jordan and all these guys, it wouldn't be where it is today and just getting things off ground.
Yeah.
Eric, man, that dude, he's some financial catalyst. Eric knows his money. He knows what it is. He sees things that we don't see. Advertisements. He finances that mentally, so we can understand it in a place. So it's like everybody. It's like where everybody's playing a part to the whole.
Yeah.
Like a part to the whole. If that makes sense.
Definitely. So it's interesting. When I first, that first segment of our interview, and I was talking to you about, where you came from and what you learned. You mentioned empathy, and then you mentioned how empathy is playing a major role in what you're doing today.
Mm-hmm.
I just find that so interesting. It just really goes to show me, God was really preparing you for your life mission to do what you got to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. And bro, God, boy, how does it go? Troubled waters you go through, God will put you through tests and trials, but joy, pain lasts through the evening, but joy comes in the morning. I believe that,
yes,
man.
Sir. Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
So talk to us about the concept of East Coast Magazine.
Oh, all right. So East Coast Magazine is like this. The East Coast Magazine is an independent magazine.
Okay.
And East Coast Magazine highlights the East Coast to the vast world. See, to me, the reason why I spoke and the reason why I chose that name is because I feel like, I've always gotten into history.
Right.
I love history. I love demographics, geography, the whole nine. One of my most favorite parts of growing up and learning history and social science, social studies, or whatever, was the fact that of the Philadelphia being the basically the city of the capital of America at one point, and the founding city of America, where battle of independence, the whole 9 yards. So I kind of take history into like a lot of colonial stuff, and to me, so I'm thinking like the East Coast is something really big. A lot of things happen here on the East Coast, from New York, Philly, Jersey, Delaware, Baltimore, D.C. The whole nine. I can keep going on and on. It's a lot of history over here, and I feel like we're a very special region of America. We stand out. It's a lot of just a lot of influence that comes from us. I said East Coast Magazine, and so basically the content of that just deals with highlighting the many factors of like amateurs. We like to bring amateurs to the light. You got Ebony, you got People, you have Time. A lot of these magazines, you have to already have a presence. You get what I'm saying? To be on the cover. Definitely. Or to get like a highlight, Yeah. I wanted to do something that was going to bring amateurs who are doing good, people that are not seen, who are not known, and getting articles to the vast world, getting a PR and public relations, And that's just something where it started off with, and we just kind of took off from there. We're still growing, still getting up there.
Definitely, because East Coast Magazine hit the ground running. So
yes, sir.
I really wanted to pick your brain a little bit. As a successful entrepreneur, it's hard to even take that step to be an entrepreneur and CEO of a magazine. So I think it's really impressive that your concept of the magazine, one, is very different, which I think makes it successful because there's nothing out there like that.
Yes.
So I think that's amazing, bro, and that's really why it's taking off, and I can't wait to see where it leads to. Honestly.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I do want to throw one thing out there. It wasn't easy.
Right.
I kind of feel like it's like luck or some kind of like special connection that I may have with something going on that God has blessed me with, or whatever the case may be. Because most of the people that we have on the covers that we've had like highlighted, I've just come across them by some special way. Mm-hmm. I've come across them at the right time, right place, awkward times, and for some reason, when I speak to them, I'm myself, and I tell them about what's going on. Mm-hmm. I don't have no $25 million, or I'm not no crazy influential, superb person around the world. But when they hear me, they speak to me, it's like they find what I'm saying as like touching, and they're like, "Yo, let's do this."
Definitely.
Like Fredo Starr reached out to him. You know who Fredo Starr is, and we all know who that is, right?
No. Who's Fredo Starr?
Okay, so Fredo Starr, that's it's all good. Fredo Starr is one of the leading founders of Onyx, the Onyx rap group.
Okay.
Yeah, based out of Southside Queens.
Yeah.
He was on I'm pretty sure you remember the Moesha show, Brandy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he was her boyfriend in certain episodes and whatnot.
Okay.
Fredo Starr is a known dude. That's my boy. It's one of my favorite rappers growing up. Slam, make the boys even one. I don't know if you might remember that, but came across him. We was vibing, talking, and got back to me, got his number, featured, did an interview with us, and from there it's like it just kept going up and up. We had the guy Kyle Norman from Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
And we just kept going. We had Sophia Stewart from, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you know who that is. Sophia Stewart was the actual author and creator and mother of The Matrix.
Okay.
She has some things going on with Hollywood, and she had her suit, won her money. And my fault. And we just kept going, man. We kept working. We had Cuban Links.
Cuban Links, okay.
Yeah, 50 Cent's. Yep. And we just kept working, man. We're continuing to work. Lisa Romano, a very, very known life coach, one of the most influential people in America. But other than that, we just came across the right people. And we're still growing, we're still making things happen. We just had our 50th anniversary issue.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a good issue, man. It could have been something. Yep, it was good, man. So yep.
Yeah, definitely check out the East Coast magazine, man. Check out the website.
EastCoastMag.com.
Yeah, let them know, bro.
www.eastcoastmag.com. East Coast Magazine on Instagram, @Magazine East on Twitter, LinkedIn, you name it. Just Google it. You'll come across it.
Definitely. So, when you're doing what you're meant to do in life, everything naturally falls in line.
Yep.
And your story is a testament to that. So you definitely doing what you're supposed to be doing. Definitely, this is definitely your calling.
Thanks, brother.
So, my next question for you is: in what ways has starting this magazine helped you flourish in other areas of life?
Oh man, you have a good question. I love these questions, man. You're making me think. Flourish in other areas of my life. So I would say it like this. Something is that when you're doing something big, as to how you may however you want to put it, being a CEO or a president of something, you have to represent yourself a little more better.
Definitely.
And I'm not saying I haven't been representing myself 100% better. I have, like I said, I have mistakes. I've failed and did a lot of things. I can honestly say that, however, and to be accountable for that. But one thing it has done to me is like I said, it has raised my awareness and knowing that people are looking at me and watching my every movements. And I have to now do even more better, much more better. And so just with that being said, East Coast Magazine has shown me many other talents that I have and other people who are shaping me. Because now I'm around other folks that are now a part of we're family. Mm-hmm. So they're seeing me, I'm seeing them. They're bettering me, telling me my mistakes, my faults, or where I'm doing good at, how you can do this even better if you do this. Right. So it's just it's like reciprocity. You start to understand reciprocity a little more better when you're doing something. So that's what East Coast Magazine has given to me. Has given me a viewpoint of reciprocity from a higher angle of seeing okay, Josh, get this done, get this done, and make this happen. Right. Shaquille Jordan, the two people I mentioned a lot, they continue to help me a lot, man, and sharpen me and whatnot. So it's it's like get it done with no excuses. Yeah. Like I said, whatever I'm going through with the magazine or in life, is deal with it or deal with it. Right. And those are words actually from my boy Terrell Jordan. He always said, deal with it or deal with it. Yeah.
I like that. And it definitely helps to have the right people around you too, that good support system that you have. You guys are able to push one another. That's very important as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Like even Eric, just even being here with you, right. You kind of influenced in me to being on this episode, this interview. It's like yeah, man, you making me look at things like, okay, somebody really values me.
Oh yeah.
Sure. And that's a reminder. So now I'm reciprocating that back. Like, thank you, bro. And I'm gonna do my best on your show while I'm here right now, making sure we're having a good time, good conversation.
Yeah, man. I see the greatness on you, bro. I can't wait to see. Like I said before, I really can't wait to see where it takes you, man.
Thanks, brother. Likewise, man. We can see how you get up there as well, man. We're both climbing parallel universe.
Yeah, man. For real. Well, let's get into what's next for you. Yeah. Let's get into that, man.
Y'all ready? You ready?
So, what can we expect in the near future in terms of content from you, whatever that is?
Okay. So I've been trying to keep this a little quiet, but I might as well say it now. I'm working. I'm actually. I have a manuscript that's almost done. Working on the book right now.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah. So with the book, it's about. The book is about life. Okay. It's about life being like a labyrinth. Mm-hmm. The labyrinth is like a maze, mm-hmm. right? And so I'm working on that. That's the new content that's gonna come out. I'm gonna do kind of like how all of these other authors do. And when they're on like YouTube, I have a connection with a marketing guy that can get me on YouTube. Let's say YouTube commercials. When you go onto YouTube, they pop up. Let's say like Dean. I forgot the guy's name. Like Ty Lopez.
Okay.
You always see him pop up. So I'm going to be able to get some stuff like that. So I'm working on that and getting into being a TED Talk speaker.
Yeah.
So just going to talk about the book and my life and things like that, man.
Yeah. That's what's up, bro.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, bro.
That's what's up for sure. So before, it's all said and done and you made your millions and you ready to retire.
Right.
What is an ultimate career goal that you have?
If there's one ultimate career goal, and I will be honest, there's actually a few.
Okay.
And I'm trying to brainstorm and kind of get it back.
Yeah.
I sometimes I can be unorganized with like thoughts.
Yeah.
I can be all over the place thinking. And
I get that.
Not.
Yeah.
But one major ultimate goal, as far as career, you can call me crazy if you want to. I'm going to be the president of the United States. That's the goal.
Okay.
It sounds crazy.
For you. Got my vote.
I'm serious, man. I would like to get into politics, like one day. Really, I got some form of leadership that I feel like I can really help people with and all that, and like it's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I would love to take that. I would love to go that route one day.
Man, I'm a big dreamer, man. I don't knock you, bro. I support it.
Thank you, brother.
I support it, definitely.
Appreciate it.
So I got two more questions for you. One question I really want to ask you, because a lot of people that watch my podcast are around my age, and we're a generation of people that don't want to work for nobody.
Right.
We all want to be entrepreneurs. We all want to pursue what we want to do and be our own boss. So what is a piece of advice you can give to those listeners in terms of taking those strides towards being your own boss, being a successful entrepreneur? What is a piece of advice you can give to them?
Start killing your ego. Start suffering your ego.
Mm.
I say that because, and I'll be fast.
Mm.
And the ego is you ever heard people say, "Get out of your own way."
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Tyrese got a book with that title. I haven't read it, but I believe. The ego, man, it's not you. It's something that ego can be good sometimes, but sometimes it can falter away. And so I would say, if you don't suffocate your ego, at least sharpen it, or suffocate the bad part of your ego and sharpen your ego to enough where it's leading your ID to the right place. Kind of like Freud, Sigmund Freud. You heard?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I figured.
Mm-hmm.
I learned about Sigmund Freud having the three classifications of the self: the ID, the ego, and the superego. And so when you want to be successful in business and whatnot, you have to have discipline. You got to be able to listen and understand people,
right.
and you have to be able to just not compare yourself to others, because a lot of times envy and like hatred. It's not wrong with envy. It's just everybody has that.
As long as a healthy amount of it, as long as it's not excessive.
There you go.
Yeah.
You brought that down, and it just comes down to like just discipline, knowing, having time. Here we go. Mastering time. And when you can master time, like Robert Greene talks about that in the 40 Laws of Power, being a mastering time, the art of time, you'll be able to get things done. Organization, focus. When you can be able to know how to focus, you'll be able to get on top of things and really put things away, narrow things that's not necessary for you. Discipline, and lastly, just knowing how to have a moral compass and how to navigate life and know how to get around. Because sometimes you can get distracted, and those distractions can land you in trouble or land you into the wrong person or dead, all that kind of stuff, drugs, whatever. So real talk, man.
Yeah. And
that's just all of that in a nutshell. Sorry if I didn't have one complete answer.
No, you good, bro. That was perfect.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate you, Eric.
Yeah, I hope everybody, is listening. You better rewind or something. Yeah. Take notes, because that was some good stuff, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Well, yeah, now we down to the final question.
Oh man, what's this? Let's
final question.
Let's get it.
I want you to tell the people why it's only a matter of time before East Coast Magazine is the biggest magazine out here in the world.
Ooh.
Okay. On top of the top.
On top of the top.
Yeah.
So you said a matter of time, right?
Why is it a matter of time?
To answer that question in a nutshell,
Mm-hmm.
we are in the midst of working on financially growing a little more.
Okay.
And once we can get certain numbers, as far as like more people in certain areas, as far as financially, things that we can do, we already have a plan based out. Once we can get that, that's it. And because we're black owned, you know.
Yeah.
But we're very diverse. We do it differently. We just, it's not like we're Ebony, where Ebony is black owned. Well,
Yeah.
it features black folks,
Right.
but we're black owned. But we're very diverse.
Yeah. I get that.
And once we can get that off ground, just know we're working on. I'll put it out there. We're working on like some big things, like a music festival. That stuff is coming, man. So,
What's up, man?
yeah, thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Eric, for real talk.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man.
My boy, man.
It's good to have you, man. Well,
Thanks, bro.
y'all have it, man. Make sure you follow this guy on social media. What's your Instagram?
Oh, so you can follow me on Instagram at The Real Joshua Pollitt.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to have that up there.
TheRealJoshuaPollitt. I will follow you back.
Yep. Follow him. You can follow the magazine.
East
tune
Coast
in.
Magazine.
Yeah, you got some good content out there. And I appreciate you all for tuning in. And that's a wrap for the 5th episode of The Matter of Time featuring Joshua Pollitt.
Yo.
That's all for this episode of Matter of Time, where we provide a discovery platform for new upcoming artists and entertainers. Keep coming back for more.